Because we are moving right out of Babylon. And we are going to our father's land. Yea, how good and how pleasant it could be before God and man to see the unification of Nigerians. Has this been said already? Now let it be done. We are the children of Africa. We are the children of that higher man. Woo-hoo. Nigerians unite. Nigerians unite ye. Unite for the benefit of your people. Because we are moving right out of Babylon. Unite for the benefit of your children. We're moving right out of Babylon. Nigerians unite. Nigerians unite, yeah. Nigerians unite. Nigerians unite, yeah. Unite for the benefit of your children. Say what? Unite for the benefit of your women. Unite for the benefit of your youth. Hey, Nigerians, wake up from your sleep. Because you've been sleeping for too long. Yes, Nigerians, unite. Good morning from Houston, Texas, United States of America. My name is Smart Mado Ajaja. I'm the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite and the anchor of Nigeria Now and Global Matters Arising. How you are doing? TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Yes, we are at it again. Yes, Global Matters Arising. Emphasis Nigeria. How are you all doing? I hope you're having a great weekend and prepared for the next week. Yes, today we are talking about something very important. Those who are Nigerians or those who understand what's taking place in Nigeria. No, Nigeria is in turmoil. The country is at a point of a near meltdown. Yes, now requiring where, uh, oh my God, I don't want to say it. Nigerians, you're from YouTube, join me. TikTok, come on. YouTube, Facebook, come on, let's roll. What are we talking about today? Just if you have not followed me, if you have not followed me before, please follow me. I am on a mission, and my mission is to to inspire the people of Nigeria and Africa to wake up, take their country and their continent back. Yes, take their country and their continent back. Africa unite. Nigerians unite. Nigeria, Africa is waiting for you. Nigeria, you have been in the way of Africa for a very long time. Your massive population is not being put to the best use for Africa. A lot of people are disappointed in Nigeria. I'm in Nigeria and I'm disappointed with the way Nigeria is going. We are not supposed to be like this. 65 years after, yes, we have not even taken any step to nationhood. 65 years after, we are still talking about North South. We are still talking about Christian Muslim. We are talking about the zonal mentality, where the president must come from. Yes, and I think it's only in Nigeria that is happening. I didn't see that when I lived in South Africa. It didn't matter where the president came from. Yes, all they wanted, they were looking for was good, good, good. Yes, though the good has not been really great, in South Africa, for instance. Now, we are here. Terrorism, corruption, corruption, corruption. Number one disease of Nigeria is corruption. Nigeria is a very, very corrupt country. I am from Nigeria. I am not corrupt. When I say Nigeria is a very, very corrupt, majority of the Nigerian people are not corrupt. But Nigeria has a very corrupt system that forces the people to be corrupt, not because they want to be corrupt. It takes a lot of guts to not be corrupt. And in Nigeria, if you are not corrupt, you won't feed. That is how bad it is. It's an ambush with no exit. It's so painful. In the church, there is corruption. In the church, where they talk about Jesus Christ, is corruption. In the mosque, where people talk about Allah, pray 5 times a day, corruption. Everywhere, corruption. Traditional institution, corruption. In the army, corruption. Police, corruption. DSS, corruption. In the school, universities, corruption. Elementary school, corruption. Yes, high school, corruption. Everywhere you turn is corruption in Nigeria. So all you see in Nigeria when it comes to leadership is corruption. Every leader in Nigeria is corrupt, no exception. If there's any exception, I challenge that exception to step forward and prove to me that he or she is not corrupt. That is how bad it is. Action is needed. Action is needed. Action is needed. Yeah, to curb the corruption in Nigeria. People will have to die. Yes, that's how bad it is. It's a virus. It's like a cancer that has spread all over the body. You can't cut up any piece of tissue and you don't find it. Corruption everywhere in Nigeria. Corruption destroyed the country. Destroyed the country. It made the country not have access to electricity. You can't boast of 5 straight hours of electricity in Nigeria. Because those people who manage electricity, the people who are supposed to bring policies that will give us 24 hours uninterrupted electricity, they will go out, they will buy fake things that they know will not work. They will make budgetary allocation, they put everything in their pocket. Give this one is good for my people. Within a few minutes, a few hours, maybe a few days, if it lasts too long, it's broken down. And then we go through the same cycle. Yes. The same cycle. And we start again. They replace it. The same thing will happen. Ordinary to count how many are we in Nigeria is a problem. We can't count 1, 2, 3, 4, as simple as ABC as it is. Nigerians cannot count. Corruption. They can't count. Nigerians don't know their population. So everything we say, when we say, I usually use 250 million because I know it's much more than that. So they have to, the United Nations has to estimate the population of Nigeria because Nigerians can't count. If you ask them to count, instead of counting honestly, they will rig it. Yes. They will rig it. They will rig it. The Fulani man wants to control everybody. The Yoruba man wants to put his own, add to it, when he knows that it's not up to. The Igbo man will do this, and the Bini man, everybody is doing it. There's no sincerity in Nigeria. No sincerity. The people are not patriotic. I am a Nigerian. I am proudly a Nigerian, but I'm not proud of this type of Nigeria that we have. That is why I am putting my life on the line. That is why I'm putting my face everywhere on camera. That is why my voice is out everywhere. So if you love what I am doing what many Nigerians cannot do. Only a few people are doing it. Yes, we have to save that country. I don't care how the country was founded. We have already overflogged the history of Nigeria, how it was founded, how the amalgamation. But we are here now. We are here as human beings. A human being that is alive was created to solve problems. Let's solve the problem of Nigeria. So if you're interested in solving the problem of Nigeria, come on. Come on. On YouTube, if you want to appear live on camera to talk about Nigeria, this is an open edition. Click on the link that I pinned out there. Click on it and join me on camera. Let's talk. Let us talk. Let us talk. Corruption, number one killer of Nigeria is corruption. Tribalism and regional and religious nationalism. The country was not programmed to be a nation. The people are not ready. Successive leaders, none has demonstrated the, the interest in building a country or building a nation. Every time they come in the name of wanting to build Nigeria, but they come they get worse. They are every successive administration in Nigeria worse. We always look at back. Okay, yesterday was better. We want Nigeria that will run concurrently every time at all is best. So that's why. So if you are joining us for the first time, we welcome you, and we say this is a demonstration of love. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We love you. And be a part of our conversation. And more importantly, if you are a Nigerian right now, at these times, you know, share our message, bring more Nigerians to hear what I'm going to hear. I usually don't tell people what they want to hear, but I tell the people the truth that is so bitter for them to hear. So that is the reason why we are here today. Today, what are we talking about? The riot act. A lot has happened during the past week, and there was this rumor of a coup. How that I think is a phantom coup that never existed in the first place. Some people want to divert the attention of Nigerians from asking questions about how their country is fast eroding and violently too. So they will create something. And now everybody is talking about a coup in Nigeria. They are banding some 16 names as those responsible for the coup plot. I'm not interested in that. I made mention of that in the person and the power, but that is it. All right? They don't want us to speak, to talk about what is happening, how they are destroying our country. They don't want us to talk about the insecurity in the country. They don't want us to talk about the hunger in the country. They don't want to talk. They don't want us to talk about the failing economy of the country. They don't want the young people to talk about youth unemployment. Massive, over 80% of Nigerian youths are unemployed and unemployable. Yes. They don't want to talk about the violence that is taking place, the raping, the kidnapping, or the terrorism, Fulani banditry in Nigeria, because it's a handful, a basket case, a basket load of trouble in Nigeria. And now, the big one. 2 weeks ago, Senator Ted Cruz took a motion to the U.S. Congress about the alleged killing of Christians in Nigeria. Even though I don't entirely agree with him that only Christians are being murdered, I applaud his genuine move. Um, I don't know what the intention is. Some people are curious, are asking a lot of questions that it was not well intended. But as it stands right now, we have not seen anything that is suggestive of an ulterior motive. But the fact is that Nigerians are being massacred. And the pattern of the massacre is very, very clear. And those behind the massacre come from what ethnic group? And they are from the Fulani group. They have masterminded by Fulani elites who want to take over Nigeria violently in further pursuit of the ideology of Osman Dan Fodio, which started in 1804 with the overrunning of the Hausa lands that has made the Hausa people subjugated for, as we speak, this year, 221 years. And the subjugation of the Hausa people has impacted Nigeria as a whole since the past 65 years of independence. And they are not letting up. Every day they are advancing. So, yes, it is a genocide. So, yes, it is ethnic cleansing. They are taking over one village at a time. They have their militia. Yes, they have their militia all over Nigeria. They are waiting for a moment to strike and then come out and mop up and take over the country violently. Sadly, we are supposed to have a Nigerian armed forces, but sadly, they control the armed forces. The armed forces work with them. Yes, work for them. And they are all involved in what is taking place. You saw sometime last week, the former chief of defense staff, General Christopher Musa, was relieved of his position. Yes, and then replaced now. Okay, now he was replaced by the former chief of army staff. Okay, so much is taking place in Nigeria that needs to be explained, but we may never get the explanation. So, based on Senator Cruz's submission, the United States declared Nigeria a country of concern. Yes, a country of special concern with reference to killing Christians in Nigeria. But again, let's expand it. Both all Nigerians are being murdered. I don't think we should even actually Christianize or Islamize them. It's Nigerians that are being murdered. And I would say thank you to the United States, at least for taking interest, and strangely, for taking interest in this matter. So I commend all those at the forefront of putting pressure. Yeah, I know there are a lot of Nigerians who are U.S. citizens who are unhappy with the state of the way things are turning out in Nigeria. You go home as a Nigerian, you invest so much money in buying bodyguards that will be following you up and down with guns every day. I don't feel comfortable being followed around with guns. Yes. So Nigerians, thank you very much. Kudos to the Nigerians in the United States who made this happen. Yes, whether they said it was for Christians or not, it's going to eventually benefit the whole of Nigeria. You see, all of them now are running helter skelter. All of them, including the masterminds of terrorism, led by Saad Abubakar, they are all running helter skelter. Helter skelter. Atiku Abubakar, they are all running, making statements. Even so, sadly, Bishop Kuka joined them in this foolishness. Bishop Kuka, that he cannot be trusted anymore. He blows hot and blows cold. What is it? What is it for him? Compromise, right? Yes. So now they are renting people to make statements. Even a crackhead, Fanny Coyote, made a statement, funny statement for that matter, that Nigeria is ready to go to war with the United States. Whoa, la, 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 la. I said, okay, I think he's running out of his drugs. He needs a refill. So that's exactly what it is. So I am going to take um, um, what I call statements from that I have seen so far, from various Nigerians, including those calling for Nigeria is now a sovereignty. All right. Oh, you are not talking about territorial integrity and sovereignty of Nigeria that you have violated. Those who brought Fulani mercenaries from all over Africa, they are now talking about America violating Nigeria's territorial integrity. That is bullshit. Nigeria has no territorial integrity anymore. Where is the Nigerian sovereignty? It doesn't exist. It exists in the air. So why are we now suddenly talking about it? What do they have to hide? Especially Saad. He doesn't know that the CIA, everybody has his name is flying all over intelligence community in the world as a sponsor and the mastermind of terrorism. I can't wait for him for his arrest. So they take him to Guantanamo Bay. He go and eat a rice and stew so he can understand that there are consequences for bad behaviors. So Nigerians, if you're here, it's an open thing. Make your comments. If you want to show up, click on the link. Yes, click on the link that I shared. I pinned it there. Even from TikTok, YouTube, you want to Facebook, you want to come and talk about this whole thing with your face live. It's open to you. Just request, and we will take it there. Thank you very much. And for those who are returning always, to watch our broadcast, we thank you. We can't thank you enough. Yes, so this is what we are talking about today. And the icing on the cake is the message yesterday from President Donald Trump of the United States, a riot act of a message telling rogue President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that he must end the killings in Nigeria now or face a U.S. military action. Since yesterday, everybody, all the criminals in Nigeria, those who sponsor terrorism in Nigeria, they have been running helter skelter. They have been having sleepless nights and restless days. Now, I asked them a question. Why does a foreign intervention, why are they so scared? They have the opportunity to lead the country aright. Yeah, I wouldn't want my country to be invaded under normal circumstance. But the problem now is that majority of Nigerians want it. Yes, you need to see the number of reactions because these same people have weakened our people's resolve. They have weakened their abilities to raise their fingers. They shut them down with the Nigerian military. The Nigerian military is only good at killing, innocent, destroying, unaliving innocent and defenseless Nigerians. Yes, yes. That's all they are doing. So they have weakened, significantly weakened our people. They can't, there's no democracy in Nigeria. The rights of Nigeria to freedom of expression has been taken. The right to freedom of association has been taken. The right to freedom of worship has been taken. The right to life has been taken. The right to self-determination has been taken. So the people are paralyzed. And now somebody is floating a lifeline for them. No, they're going to jump at it without even looking at consequences because now life is more important to them than every other thing. So they are talking about now first before we talk about consequences, before we talk about sovereignty, before we talk about territorial integrity. They are welcoming the American effort to maybe invade the country if Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not able to do it. But I can guarantee anybody who cares to listen that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has no capacity to fight terrorism. He has no moral ground to fight terrorism. The reason is because those who forced him on the people of Nigeria after they trashed him in an election are Fulanis and they are the masterminds of terrorism. I am talking about Saad Abubakar. I am talking about El Rufai. I'm talking about all of them. Rabiu Kwankwaso. They are all behind terrorism in Nigeria. So how is he going to fight them? The people who helped him brought him to power. He cannot. He's a lame duck. That is why. Now I'm going to read what Bola Ahmed Tinubu said to the United States. Yes, that idiot. What he said to the United States. He told them to give him ammunition to fight terrorism, as if Nigeria has not been, America has not been given Nigeria tools to fight. They have been giving them tools. Oh, how many years? During the time of Jonathan Goodluck, everything they are given end up in the hands of the terrorists. Yes, they end up in the hands of the terrorists. So, America, I live here in the United States. Do not make any mistake of committing any weapons to Nigeria under Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I can guarantee you that whatever you give to him, like what has been given to them before, we end up in the hands of terrorists and the masterminds of terrorism. They will use it to slaughter the people the more. So rule out that. Rule out that. If you want to truly arm people, you should arm the ordinary Nigerian. You don't have to bring your boot on the ground unless it becomes compelling. Yes, yes. So that is what it is. They stop our people from defending themselves. So the right to self-defense here in Nigeria is under serious and flagrant violation. So we see that every day. Our brothers and sisters, our young people, our mothers and sisters and children are being murdered everywhere in Nigeria. People don't go to their farms anymore. That's the hunger insecurity is the war that is devastating the country right now because farmers are not able to go to their farms and work. When they go there, they kidnap them for ransom. Well, a lot of them, they murder them and then sell their organs. They're selling kidneys, they're selling liver, they're selling all kinds of organs. They do surgery. Once we are not able to pay ransom, you're gone. You are gone. So the mayhem that is taking place in Nigeria is far much more than the Christian tag that was given to it. It's a lot. They are destroying Nigerians with reckless abandon. These people are the Fulanis in Nigeria, Fulani elites in Nigeria went outside Nigeria to bring Fulanis from all over Africa together to jump on Nigeria with the intention of taking it. And they are funded and armed by France. France is partly responsible for what is taking place in Nigeria. When I exposed France in 2019, my original Facebook account was closed. Within an hour of releasing the details of what France was doing in Nigeria, yes, uh, it attracted over 60,000 views. And they knew where it was going. They had to shut me down. Yes, Facebook shut me down. Yeah, that is why I'm not interested for the most part. I only do Facebook Live for my followers who say it costs them a lot, to access YouTube. Otherwise, I'm done with Facebook. But for the sake of my followers on Facebook, that is why I occasionally do live shows there. Yes, that's how corrupt. Facebook is a very corrupt social media. Yes, they shut me down. Now, a few years after, the truth came to pass about what France is doing. France, responsible for the mayhem in Niger. They are the same thing. It's all the Fulanis that they are using to assault the whole of West Africa. In Burkina Faso, when you hear what is taking terrorism in Burkina Faso, it's terrorists, it's the Fulanis. In Niger, they were the one. Bazoum, yeah, they were the one. Yes. In Chad, they are the one. In Nigeria, they are the one. So why is it that only they want to destabilize the West Africa? I didn't start today. It started 221 years ago. And we have to end it now. And that is what they don't want. So they have been proactive. Every time they are in charge of Nigeria, all they work is to advance the Fulani agenda. Yes, against the interest of Nigeria. So the people of Nigeria, you have a moment. You are so weak. You can't stand up anymore. How much have we not? What have we not told you to wake up or stand up? But you are outgunned, and it's only Fulani criminals who can possess illegally acquired firearms in Nigeria. They brandish it. They come out in the open and nobody does anything. The few times our people responded, they now they've deployed the army because the army works for them. They descend on them. It didn't, they descended on them in Niger Delta in Okwama, many times in Niger Delta. The most recent one was in Okwama. They wiped out the whole village. The Nigerian army, that is supposed to be an army of the Nigerian people, wiped out all the citizens of Okwama. An army that fights its citizens, an army that declares a war against its citizens. Yes, in the southeast, it's the same thing. That one is a total all-out war against the Igbos in the southeast. After they massacred them, 6 million of them between 1967 and 1970. Nigeria is still raging. The Nigerian army and the Fulani army in Nigerian emblem. Yes, it's raging, massacring Igbos. The Nigerian mainstream media never goes to find out. They are complicit. Corrupt media. Everything, like I told you, everything about Nigeria is corrupt. So here's Bola Tinubu's response to Donald Trump. He said, Tinubu presidency to the US. Give Nigeria military support to fight terrorists, not designation. Thank you. You are crazy. Crazy man. Drug dealer. Certificate forger. Another has they say tension as Trump threatens military action in Nigeria after Tinubu's response. Details below. Ha ha ha. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't get shit. All right. Now, here is another one. One very interesting one. From Musa Rabi Kwankwaso. Uh, another idiot. Another idiot. Another Fulani idiot. Fulani elitist idiot who was governor of Kano State for 8 years. Kano has the highest number of beggars in the whole of Nigeria. Over 10 million out of school children begging from AM to PM in a state where he was governor. Now he's telling America, the United States, he said Kwankwaso urges the United States to assist Nigeria with technology, not threats. Now, he said He's someone who has a PhD in engineering. That's what they say. Because a lot of them, they buy certificates and then come and tell us that they have PhD in this, PhD in that. A man who has PhD, yeah, he was governor of a state, one of the largest states in Nigeria, for 8 years. He did absolutely nothing. When I mean absolutely nothing, he couldn't even produce a spanner. Yes, now he's telling us the America to assist with technology. Technology of what? Why can't you inspire, instigate young people to be technological by sending them to school? What they do, they make them illiterate so they can easily control them. Over 30 million young children in the north of Nigeria alone, 30 million out of school. And you know what? Some of them are as young as 6 years old. They toss them to the streets. They toss them to the streets. And then they are raised under the worst hell on earth. So how would you have how they never shown love? They don't know what love means. They don't see parents. They don't see nothing. Yes, other people trash them. They give them a plate that they carry on their head. That 247. That's what they are doing. And mostly those children are innocent and defenseless Hausa children. Yes, arising from subjugation of generations of Hausa people. They decided to make them perpetually poor so they can amount to nothing. That is genocide. Is that not genocide? All those criminals. And you know what the Fulanis do? They stole the language of the Hausa people. They pretend like the Hausa people. They mimic everything. They dress like them. They speak their language. They shadow them. And they become those who are supposed to be speaking for them. And they come and hide behind this northern, fake phantom northern nationalism that only benefits the Fulani elites. Yes. They speak for the North. So the ordinary Nigerian, any person you don't even know who they are until you go deeper. Thank God for the rebellion that the Hausa people are now beginning to rise up to say they are tired. 11 generations of Hausa people have been held in captivity. Now there's a rebellion raging from among the Hausa people. So that is why they are restless now. Yes, they know their end is here. They know their time is up. And these people come from a minority group in Nigeria. The population of their entire Fulani group in Nigeria is not up to 10 million. Yes, not up to 10 million. But they manipulate the whole of Nigeria, a country of estimated 250 million people. How on earth is that happening? It piques my imagination. How did they do it? Yes, they operate like what the Paul Kruger apartheid South Africa in South African minority, white minority did to the South African people since 1652 when they came to South Africa. Hundreds of years of repressing and subjugating African people in South Africa. That's what the Fulani people are doing in Nigeria. Now the end is here. Why are they so scared? They can't do right. 10 out of the country's heads of state, 10 has something to do either directly or remotely with the Fulanis. Their mission is to destroy. Their mission is never to build. They are unpatriotic. They don't believe in Nigeria, and they are not Nigerians. Yes, if a citizen, a person who is a Nigerian, will be ready to put his life on the line for the good of that country. They don't care. They care more about Saudi Arabia. Yes, they care more about Dubai. They don't care about Africa. They don't care about Nigeria. All of them have stolen money. They steal our money, take them to Saudi Arabia. They steal money, they take them to Dubai to invest, to build homes there. They only visit Nigeria. The majority of the Hausa people out there, millions of them, have been in poverty generationally. These guys are evil. They are wicked. They are the ones crying. Now, I'm a patriot, very die-hard Nigerian patriot. Do I want my country to be invaded? No. Under normal circumstances? No. But the way Nigeria is right now, when I am saying we have is a where the situation where we are now is a choice between sovereignty and death, mass death, not just only one death. Yes. So the people are not from what the feeler I am getting from Nigeria. from the Nigerian people. The thousands of people, I can't even read my WhatsApp messages. It's a lot of people asking me every day, say something, say something. I am broke as I am. Every little penny that I earn, I'm supporting people in Nigeria. And the same thing goes for millions of Nigerians here and elsewhere on earth. Yes, because of the bad situation at home. And now somebody is floating a lifeline that Nigerians are willing to take it. I am not going to stop them because what am I going to preach to a hungry person? They are not even listening anymore. So the language of force, I guess, is going to help these people sit up. Now they are running helter skelter. So Saad, um, Gumi, Rabi Kwankwaso, yes, Abubakar Atiku, yes, Nasiru El-Rufai, Sanusi Lamido, all of you have been quiet. Now we need you to speak. Choose patriotism. Yeah, do you love Nigeria? You don't love Nigeria. It's only what you want to take from Nigeria. And they own oil blocks in my Niger Delta. All these criminals own oil blocks in Niger Delta. They are responsible for the lack of productivity in Nigeria because they don't believe in building. All they are interested in destroying the country. They own Saad, own oil blocks, but they discover gold in Zamfara. They created terrorism around it, so that other people from the country as a whole, cannot build a business around it. When oil was discovered in the Niger Delta of Nigeria in 1956, Oloibri was the very first place that oil was struck. Yes, they organized a business around it. The business eventually took off in 1977 when Obasanjo created the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. And guess who have been mismanaging NMPC? They, the Fulani elites. They run everything they touch, they destroy because they don't believe in the country. They carry hate, they divide the country. How would you? I've lived in the United States for 29 years. I don't know anything they say north and south. In this country, people talk about their states. In this country, people talk about the United States of America. But in Nigeria, people are talking about North and South. Yeah, North that does not really exist. It exists for the benefit of the corrupt and morally bankrupt Fulanis. Yes, the South is like just, but it doesn't really exist. But that's the mindset. They talk about Islam and Christianity. These two religions were forced on us by the people who colonized us. The Arabs colonized and enslaved Africans, yes, for 700 years, castrating all the male slaves. Yes, the Europeans came and colonized Africans for 400 years and gave them a Bible, just like the Arabs gave them a Quran. So our continent, our country has become a battleground for these foreign economic religious organizations. Yes, and some of us still don't get it. And that is the reason why people will sit down and be defending religion. Defending religion. Why are you defending religion? You are not defending yourself. That's why we cannot fight for Nigeria. That is why Africa is the way it is, with all the abundant resources that it has. Yes, we are on the canvas. People will fly from Russia, fly from everywhere, fly from Germany, fly from France, land in Africa, take as much mineral resources as they want, and get away with it. They go build their economies, build their own programs. Yes, look down on us as a stupid people, and we still can't get it. Yes, it's time. You young people of Nigeria, you young people of Africa, this is a call to you. It's a call to action. Wake up, wake up, wake up. If we don't, nobody is going to do it for us. Yes, yes. We got to do something. And we got to do something about Nigeria fast. So it's either we do something now or we will all perish. If we leave these terrorists to continue to rule us, they will destroy us because that's their mission. Their mission is to destroy Nigeria. Nothing more, nothing less. Their mission is to destroy Nigeria. Yes. Yes. Akwankwaso, here comes Kwankwaso, the 2023 presidential candidate of the New Nigerian People's Party. Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso has expressed concern over recent comments by United States President Donald Trump, designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern and threatening military action. Now, my question is, why are they afraid? So you can so they can be afraid of a military action from the United States, but they cannot lead their citizens right. You know what? Based on that, yeah, if America can target them, these people here, I will name them for them. Target them, take them away, and Nigeria will be all right. Let the people of Nigeria finish the work. I think that's what the United States should do. Um, the masterminds of terrorism. I've told those who care. We know all of them. It's not like they are strangers. They are not hiding. They are in government. They speak. We see them in still and video images, dealing, eating, and drinking with the terrorists. They are their soldiers. Those boys wielding the AK-47, in my opinion, are their victims. They are mostly young people and they're trigger happy. These people give them just a few naira and send them into the bush to what intimidate and blackmail the people of Nigeria. So if the United States, to be very candid, what we should do is to go and get all this. We know that their leader is Saad Abubakar, the fake Sultan in Sokoto. He cannot say that he's not a part of it. And I'm happy that somebody challenged him, an American challenge. I'm going to read that to you guys, so you can hear the extent of disgust that America has for these idiots in Nigeria. And I think their disgust is genuine. So that is why I'm going to measure my response. I would not want my country to be invaded. But if it becomes the last resort, because of the weakness, how weak our people have become, they cannot lift their fingers. They are just waiting, and the people are dying, and they want to invade some people. Yes, they should. Yes, they should. That does not make me unpatriotic because this is too much. I wish we have a United Nations that can be truly united and take action on Nigeria. We have been telling them for a very long time, but the United Nations is the most corrupt organization on earth that should actually be demolished. And sadly, too, we don't have African Union. The African Union is the worst of any union on earth. Yes, because the African Union does not care. It's populated by um, a population of criminals who are heads of states in their country, with the exception of a very few. Yeah, and that is why we need another union, not the African Union, not this one. The African Union is a puppet of Europe. Yeah, Imperial Europe. Yes, they tell them what to do. They don't work for the benefit of the African people. So it's a waste of time, relying on the African Union. It's only Nigeria. If it were Nigeria was a good country that it ought to be, yes, Nigeria would have made an impact in driving the destiny of the African Union. But sadly, Nigeria is a pariah, corrupt, very corrupt, run by criminals. Yes. So that is why the whole of Africa is suffering. The day Nigeria wakes up is the day Africa will become the giant that it was supposed to be, the mother of the earth that it was supposed to be. Nigeria is holding Africa hostage. And this is why all Africans, listen, all Africans, you must take Nigeria as your project. Because if Nigeria collapses, I am telling you, within the first 6 months, half of Africa will go down. And in another year, the fire will engulf the whole of Africa. I will tell you the countries that will go down first once Nigeria goes down. And when anything escalates inside Nigeria, Republic of Benin will be no more. Niger will be no more. Yes, Niger will be no more. Mali will be gone. Yeah, Mali, Burkina Faso. Yes, Mauritania. That's to the north. Yeah, even Algeria will be threatened. All right, coming down to the south, Republic of Benin, Togo, Ghana, yes, Ivory Coast, yes, Liberia, Sierra Leone will be gone within 6 months. Yes, because of the multiplier effect of this amount of refugees that will surge from Nigeria, then overpower Benin, then we create another set of refugees from there. Everybody will be scampering for their lives, right? Then into Togo, little country, overrun. Ghana will be wiped out in a few days. Yes, overwhelmed. So that is why when people are don't this Nigerian thing is a very dangerous thing for Africa. And that is why the international community should act. Yeah, and that is why I will justify for now any action taken by the United States. Because you remember in 2009, Abdul Muttalab, the young terrorist with strap bombs on his underwear, going to the United States to bomb a United States jetliner. Yes, heading to Detroit. He was from Nigeria. He was from the north of Nigeria. Guess who he spoke with? The last person he spoke with is one of those causing trouble in Nigeria. The last person he spoke with was Ahmad Gumi. Gumi, the terrorist, the mouthpiece of bandits, those kidnapping, killing, and maiming our people in Nigeria. Yes, that was the last man. That was the last man that young man spoke with. Yes, Abdul Muttalab. If you remember, Google him, 2009 Christmas bomber. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, Abdul Muttalab. So you blame the United States, you got to be. America is a very strategic country. And when it comes to fighting terrorism, they go to war hundreds of miles, thousands of miles to say they want to protect America's strategic interests. And part of it is stemming the tide of criminals coming into the United States. You see how they are clamping down on everybody, including mostly innocent and defenseless people who have no criminal records. Yes, the country decided to protect its own place. Nigeria has become a breeding ground for terrorists. Yes. Gumi was expelled from Saudi Arabia. Yes, Gumi. Do you know how many of them? Isa Pantami. Isa Pantami is known in global intelligence circles as a potential terrorist. Yes, Gumi is known. He was expelled from Saudi Arabia because of his ties to terrorist organizations. So why should we tolerate them in Nigeria? Why should we reject any help that will come? Why should America be giving Nigeria ammunition to fight what they will not fight? They have been when this whole thing started in 2007, that went out of control. Nigeria has failed for that long period of time to curb this. It's not like we don't know who they are, because the country is a lawless country. The country is a corrupt country. The country will allow criminals become defense minister. You know, the defense minister of Nigeria is a terrorist. They say, so you want America to give you Bola Ahmed Tinubu? You must be stupid and out of your mind, for real. So, defense minister, you deliver America's ammunition and weapons to a terrorist, right? Then he gives it wholesale to his men in the forest. You guys gotta be joking. Now let me read something from Rabi Kwankwaso. The 2023 presidential candidate of the new Nigerian People's Party, Senator Rabi Kwankwaso, has expressed concern over recent comment by United States President Donald Trump, designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern and threatening military action. You are stupid. Very, very stupid, Kwankwaso. Arrogant idiot. Yes. What did you do in Kano for 8 years that you were governor? You did absolutely nothing but appropriated the state's money into your pocket. Now you say you create a movement of poor people they call Kwankwasiya group of poor people. You did not empower any of them. You did not create any program that will leave them out of poverty. You are stupid. So stupid. All right. Now he continues. In a statement, via his X handle on Sunday. Kwankwaso said Nigeria remains a sovereign nation. Yeah. Whose citizens face security challenges that are not defined by religion and politics. You are stupid. You are fucking stupid. Look at my hand. Oh, I cannot pull this. I always show it. I lived in that Kano state of Nigeria. Yes, one of the most volatile states in Nigeria when it comes to religious extremism. In 1991, Reinhard Bonnke came to preach in Sabongeri, Kano. That is the area designated for people, Nigerians who are supposed to be from Nigeria. When you go to their state, they will designate a place for Christians. For they call them Sabongeri, New Town, or a place for strangers. Can I be a stranger in my country? Yes. So they opened that area for Nigerians from other parts of Nigeria. If you really go there, it's Nigerians from different parts of Nigeria. That's in a state in Nigeria. That's what is happening in Nigeria. And in all states in the north, it's like that. They always have a place where they have Nigerians from other parts of Nigeria. You find it's not easy to live among them, you know, where the locals are. Discrimination. Well, that is what it is. So Reinhard Bonnke came to preach. The preaching started in the night. But they did not even allow the man settle a minute. The Kano, that part of Kano went up in flames. They started destroying lives. Yes, they started destroying lives. In Quantum, in Nigeria, 1991, it was a war. I was in the center of it. I saw it because it impacted me. The following day, I went to work. I'm a nurse. I was working at the National Orthopedic Hospital in Kano. Yes. I was doing my postgraduate studies in orthopedics and at the same time working at the hospital. When somebody told me about what was taking place, now I wanted to go home to gather my stuff so I can escape. I could escape. I jumped into a taxi. He took me to a point and decided that he was not going anymore. He told me, Kasauka. Sauka means come down from my vehicle. I asked him why. Somebody me. He said, Bezenje Gaba, and Bezenje Baya. I am not going front, I'm not going back. Now, Dana Kasoka. So he came out of his own part of the vehicle and opened the door and ordered me out of the car. So I came out. What I saw, my eyes could not comprehend. Thousands of dangerously armed people, thousands of dangerously armed people with a machete, with axe, with guns and all. That was all I knew. I didn't even know anything anymore. So I quickly said my last prayer. I said, well, if this is going to be the end, let it be. Yes, I'm me speaking to you here, I'm a miracle. I am. I don't even know. Maybe I'm alive for this purpose, for this mission. 1991. So I closed my eyes and that was all I saw. And I didn't see anything anymore. I don't know what happened. And all of a sudden I found myself at the university campus. They call it Bayero University, Kano. That was where I found myself. When I got there, the school was desolate. All the students had all left, escaped. So I was there for a few minutes and I summoned the courage to continue moving. I went by the ancient Kano wall, over 500 years old fence, still standing. And there was a rail line beside it. So I started walking through the rail line. And all I was seeing was vehicles burnt down, dead bodies here, there, anywhere. And I took through that lonely road and came to a place that they call Gandu Albansa. That was not too far from where I lived, because I was living in a place they call Gedi Kano. And once I got into Gowan Estate, I saw them, these mobs again. This time, little kids. The ones that they abandoned on the streets of Kano. Yes, children. They came at me, and I had to fight my way out. I ran as fast as I could. Not like I could not wage them and do harm, but my safety was of utmost importance to me. I was able to escape, then got into where I lived. It was scary. In the evening, I approached one of my neighbors who had a flat not too far from my own flat, and I told him, "Hey, Aminu, I'm in trouble. I know that these people are going to come tonight. Can you allow me stay with you so that you can save me?" Aminu told me no. Aminu was a Fulani boy who had lived in Lagos. He understood. When you even see him, he knows Lagos life. He knew Lagos life. So it was easier for me to approach him. He didn't seem like an extremist. But Aminu turned me down. He told me point blank that if they came, he would hand me over to them. And I believe that that's the reason I'm leaving. Because he could have pretended and then allow me in. And then when they came, they would hand me over. I am so thankful to Aminu. I don't know where he is right now. I don't know. We didn't have a cellular phone then. There was no way. But he was a light-skinned Fulani young man. He rejected me. He told me he could not take me in. And I promised to hand me over to them if they came to attack. Yes, that's one of the reasons I am alive today. So in the morning, I had to find a way. I did not sleep in my flat. I had to clear the top of the fence. In Nigeria, when you have fences, you put broken bottles on top of those fences. I had a machete. I had to clear a dark part of that fence, put some um, blankets on top of it. That was where I lay down. And truly, truly, in the night, they came because they knew that somebody who was not like them was living there. They were killing from house to house. I was hearing people, children weeping and wailing. In Nigeria, my country. And you are telling me, and they were coming, they say everybody they saw was a Christian. Whether you are a Christian or not, they will kill you. You are telling me it's not, Kwankwaso must be mad. Bola Tinubu must be mad. Saad Abubakar is terribly mad. Yes. My friend Sowore responded. He has not seen anything. But I'm going to read what he said and then give you my own opinion. So when it was over for that night, I had to look for a way to live. Excuse me. Now I started planning how I was going to live. I first ventured out the first time. I saw another group, then I ran back. Then after a couple of hours, I came out again. The road was a little quiet. Then I saw this young man coming out. So I approached him. I talked to him. He said yes, that he's escaping too. So the two of us started a journey. We started trekking. The distance from where we were to Sabongeri was far. We had to trek. No vehicle was on the road anymore. Nothing. Everybody was hiding. We started trekking. We got to close to Sabongeri. The next thing I heard, they grabbed this guy and slaughtered him right where I was. The police was there. Hausa speaking police that are definitely Fulanis. They watched the whole thing going on. They did nothing. They came for me. They stabbed me. I used here. If not for my dressing, I always show it. You see, I have a lifetime scar for living in the north of Nigeria. Yes. For being different. For allegedly being a Christian. They don't know if I was a Christian or not. Though for that reason I must die. And you are here telling me this. It's a tradition for them. It's not anything that started today. But that is not enough to say that today the U.S. action should be based strictly on Christianity. No. There are very good Muslims, moderate Muslims, Hausa Muslims that have been murdered. They have been murdering the Hausa people for centuries, for 11 generations. They will murder them. Nobody cares. Nobody asks them anything. They are in charge of everything. They will do what they want. They will like. So after this, I ran and I was caught in the crossfire. None. Those people who are now tagged as non-indigens, they were resisting, fighting back. I was caught in between. Bullets were flying all over, you know. So I was able to manage to cross. And then here comes this woman running after me. He said, "You are bleeding, you are bleeding, you are bleeding, you are bleeding so profusely, so profusely." And she grabbed me by my waist. He said, "I am not coming to harm you. You are bleeding. You will fall and die. Let's take care of your bleeding." So she heard me, and I really looked at myself. Everywhere, all my clothes were drenched in blood. Yes. So she applied pressure, and then she said, "I live not too far from here. Come with me." So I followed her. She was living in a two-story building. We went upstairs, and she gave me rice. She gave me a plate of rice. Was I thinking about rice? My hands were vibrating like this. So the plate of rice fell off of my hand and shattered. She said, "Don't worry. I'll take care of it." She cleaned our floor and all that. He said, "Don't worry. My brother is in the army. He's coming to pick us up. You go with us. I'm not going to leave you by yourself. You're going to go with us." So I stayed. After a while, I asked her, "Do you have something that I could use to tie my international passport?" She gave me what we call cellophane paper in Nigeria. So I wrapped my international passport and then put it in my pocket. Then I went downstairs. There was a river behind her house. Mysterious river, I don't know. You know. Then I went up there. She asked me, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah." After spending a few minutes there, I went downstairs again and then made my way into that river. I jumped and I swam across. And I came out. Where did I come out? The Air Force Base. The Air Force Base in Kano. That was where I met thousands of fellow Nigerians. Thousands of fellow Nigerians with different painful stories of how they slaughtered their entire families. They were given choices to die through bullet or through being slaughtered with their knives or being jumping into the well and they closed the well. They cut pregnant women open and cut their fetuses into pieces. These people are wicked, very, very wicked, very, very wicked. And they are doing that in the name of Allah. Did Allah permit anybody to take anybody's life? These people are savage. They are not human beings. Yes. Yes. I was in that place with a wet pants and shirt. I didn't have any other thing to change for 3 days. And when I had to go to my house, I had to rent an Air Force officer. They were making money off of it, making money off of the pains of fellow Nigerians. The cost of buying things from their wives were like skyrocketed. It was a disaster. It was so painful. I don't want to remember this sad story. But I told Nigeria that I was going to be back. But I didn't know it was going to be so soon. Yes. So whatever must be done to set Nigeria free, we are going to do it. We will free every inch of Nigeria. These idiots don't belong to Nigeria. They are not from Nigeria. They are Arabs. Arabs cannot come and control us in Africa. Yes, they are not Nigerians. If they are Nigerians, they will love Nigeria. If they are Nigerians, they will not destroy Nigeria the way they have destroyed it. Since independence, they have been on this destructive tirade. Nothing. Every opportunity they have is to destroy the country. Every opportunity they had is to destroy the country. Every chance they were given to lead Nigeria was ended up in destruction. Show me one person. You want me to name all the heads of state who have one thing to do with Fulanis? They all destroyed the country. Even the three others that were not Fulanis had an appendage with them. They made sure that they did not work. So a time must come, and that time is now for us to settle this score, to end it once. And however we are going to do it, we must do it for the sake of our unborn children, for the sake of the young people today, for the sake of our women, for the sake of our elderly, for the sake of our country, and by extension, for the sake of Africa. Because if Nigeria is not liberated, Africa will remain in chains. So, however we are going to do it, we're going to have to do it. Yes, yes. Now, in a statement, okay, in a statement which is via his X handle on Sunday, Kwankwaso said Nigeria remains a sovereign nation. No, says who? Nigeria is not a damn sovereign nation. You have violated the sovereignty of Nigeria, whose citizens face security challenges that are not defined by religion. Seriously, not defined by religion because you are part of it. You are crazy. He wrote, I have noted with increasing concern the heightened pronouncement on Nigeria by President Donald Trump. This follows his designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern. It is important to emphasize that our country is a sovereign nation whose people face different threats from outlaws across the country. Outlaws, he called them. What have you done about the outlaws? When they violate our people, when they massacre our people. I am from a small hometown in the Niger Delta. You know how many people have been kidnapped by these criminals in my hometown? 100, and out of the 110, 10 were murdered. The most painful one, a day old baby whose mother and father were kidnapped. The mom fell into labor while in their custody, had a baby. They took the baby and gave it to their dogs to eat. These people they are not human beings, they are animals. Kwankwaso kept quiet. And you know what happened to that mother? The mother died watching her baby being mauled by dogs. Yes, owned by Fulani terrorists. And you think that should be forgiven? And nobody did anything? And there are worse stories than that I just reported. And it's going on. Whenever it happens, you never hear Kwankwaso. You never hear Saad say anything. They will say Allahu Akbar when they kill fellow Nigerians. Yes, destroy them because they are on a mission to seize the country. You never hear them. Atiku will never say anything. Yes, a young girl was murdered in Sokoto. Yes, where fake impostor Saad Abubakar is sitting illegally and illegitimately as a Sultan. A young girl, Deborah Yakubu, second year college student at the Siop Shagari College of Education, studying home economics. She was murdered on account of alleged blasphemy. Yes, she was murdered on account of alleged blasphemy. That he blasphemed against Muhammad. Muhammad, was he not a human being? Is he God? Muhammad is not God. Is he holier than God? So why should somebody die on an allegation of blasphemy? Saad, they stoned that girl to death. Not only stoning her to death, they burnt her body. The state governor of Sokoto State did nothing. Those boys were not apprehended, they were not held accountable. Yes, that's the kind of country we come from. That is the Nigeria we don't want to be from anymore. I don't want to be from that Nigeria anymore. That is Nigeria. That is Nigeria. That's the kind of Nigeria we have right now. Nigeria where some people will come and do as they like with impunity, get away with it. Then when we resist, when people raise their fingers, they deploy the army to wipe out their villages. We don't want that Nigeria anymore. So it is better that Nigeria is overrun. I don't care because those who are there, he's telling me that it is okay. What did he do? Kwankwaso was in Kano when the mayhem took place in Kano. You never see any of them respond. You will never see Sanusi Lamido come out to say anything. All of them, Atiku Abubakar will not say anything. When they murdered Deborah Yakubu, Atiku Abubakar running to be president of Nigeria, he had tweeted that he condemning the murder. Within a few seconds, he deleted his tweet because they called him and told him, "Okay, you cannot be president of Nigeria for questioning or for condemning that tweet." He claimed that he wasn't the one who made the tweet, but that was the Twitter handle from where he would Twitter obituaries every day. Yes, this is how mischievous the Fulani elites are. I'm not afraid of saying it. I'm not trying to be politically correct. I'm my own. I'm driven by moral correctness. I don't talk about politics. Say, oh, they don't call them by their name. No, we call them by their name. They are. It's so easy. It's because they are not hiding. They are not hiding their identity. How can we not call their name? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, over 20, 100, and going on. Mayhem is committed by the same people, Fulanis. And you say we should not. If I'm a Fulani today, I'll be very ashamed of myself. If I'm a Fulani today and I'm a man of justice, I will be at the forefront of saying what these people is doing is wrong. But you hardly hear ordinary Fulani say anything. You hardly. There are very few speaking against this mayhem. One is a Prophet Buba. I thank that man. He runs a church somewhere in Plateau State. He stood out. He said, "We can't say one, two, three, four everywhere is Fulanis, and then you expect me to keep quiet and not say it." So that man stood out. But we are calling on other Fulanis who are disgusted by what these people are doing. Come out and speak up. If you don't speak up, you are accomplices. Yes, you are accomplices, and you should hold your peace. The insecurity we face does not distinguish based on religious. He keeps on saying this crap. One person noted that such complex issues require international cooperation and support, not threats of sanction or military action. The United States should assist Nigerian authorities with better cutting edge technology to track these problems rather than posing a threat that could further polarize the country. Polarize who? They are not polarizing anybody. The Fulani killers that you represent, they are killing Hausa people in that north. So where are we polarizing? They are killing Muslims in the north. Where are we polarizing? Yes, they are, but their goal is killing those who do not share their faith. So you are crazy, Mr. Kwankwaso. Shut your mouth up. The former governor of Kano State also called on the Nigerian government to strengthen diplomatic engagement with Washington by appointing a special envoys to better project Nigeria's interests abroad. The Nigerian government should also consider appointing special envoys from its distinguished diplomats to engage the American government. Additionally, it is necessary to appoint permanent ambassadors to represent Nigeria's interests on international stage. Crap. So you appoint them to lie. We are here. You can't appoint bullshit. And any idiot you appoint there that is an apologist of the Fulani mayhem in Nigeria, we will resist him. Yes, we are the people. We are not going to allow them to go and misrepresent us the way we did. Do you know how people got to Senator Ted Cruz? And did you know how this whole thing got to Donald Trump? You think Nigerians here are sleeping like those you have finished off at home and waiting for them to die? You are crazy. So no envoy you will send will be able to outnumber us or shut us down, because American government does not work the way the fake Nigerian government work. American government is driven by the people. They feel the pulse of the people. We have roots on how to engage them. Yes, and show them the truth about what is taking place in our country. You are crazy, Kwankwaso. Very, very crazy. Now, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Another one said, I don't want to even read all this comment. Yes, okay, I'm going to take what Omoyele Showore wrote. I'm going to take him up on that because I believe he is very wrong. Okay, yes, from Omoyele Showore, self-styled activist. Yeah, right. The latest threats by the U.S. President Donald Trump at POTUS to launch military action in Nigeria, allegedly to protect Christians, may sound appealing to some. Still, history has shown this to be perilous. Whether you are Christian, Muslim, animist, or non religious, no one should celebrate such rhetoric. The United States and its allies have a long record of military interventions that leave nations more unstable than before. They failed to secure peace in Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, or Syria, and they won't bring salvation to Nigeria through bombs or boots on the ground. What Nigeria truly needs is not a foreign savior, but legitimate, accountable leadership, one that protects all citizens, upholds justice, and ends the cycle of corruption and violence that have left the nation broken. All right. At real, Donald Trump does not care about Nigerians, does not care about Christian, Muslims, or anyone else. Our deliverance will never come from abroad. It must come from within through real leadership, not Tinubu of this world and national renewal. All right. Omoyele Sowore, thank you very much. Yeah, that is supposed to be a very, very patriotic position. But you know what, Sowore? I can tell you this. You stand on no moral ground to say what you are saying. It's not like the words are good, very, very excellent, because I can say that. Yeah, but you cannot say that. I have experienced you firsthand. You work for Buhari and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yeah, the people who actually amplified the terrorism in Nigeria. You were their foot soldier. I remember how you were carried shoulder high after Jonathan Goodluck was defeated, partly through, through your effort. All right? And then here we are. What are you talking about? Have you renounced your relationship with Buhari and Bola Ahmed Tinubu? You remember I was in the same AAC with you, a political party that you co-founded with Dr. Leonard Nzema, and all of us were invited into it, a cream of very young, promising people who wanted the best for Nigeria. But what did you do? You prevented the party from growing. The party did not grow from your pocket. The bank account for the party to which Nigerians donated a lot of money was yours, your personal account. You never accounted for the money that was donated for you. When you were asked to account for it, you declared revolution now. You are crazy. You are not in any place to talk about patriotism. Yes, you talk about sovereignty. Yes, no, you cannot. I can say it because I have not been found wanting. But you are a criminal. Why is it that you are everywhere and they are not touching you? It's part of you are part of the system. That all the noise you make, all the Omoyele Sowore, I'm speaking to you, all the noise you make the noise and nobody touches you because you are part of the system. Why is Nnamdi Kanu? What did Nnamdi Kanu say that you have not said? You are part of the system. So shut your mouth up. If America chooses to invade some Nigerians, I will not say no. Because this is the problem I had with Jonathan Goodluck. We wouldn't be here if Jonathan Goodluck did what he was supposed to do. The former chair secretary of the International Criminal Court came to Nigeria, Paul Ocampo. He came to Nigeria after they attacked the United Nations building in Abuja in 2011. That killed a lot of people. This man came to Nigeria and asked Jonathan Goodluck, give us the names of all the masterminds of terrorism in Nigeria, and let's go after them. Like we went after Omar Bashir, the former president of Sudan. You know, Ocampo was responsible for what ended Omar Bashir's murderous activities in Darfur. That was an international effort. They came and asked Jonathan Goodluck, give us the names of those. He has them. He had the names. Jonathan Goodluck refused to give them the names. He told them that it was a domestic issue, like they are saying today again, that Nigeria could handle it. Ocampo left angry. And since then till now, where are we? Since 2011, when they commit that mayhem, till 2025, has Nigeria gotten better? Has Nigeria been able to solve the problem by itself? Absolutely no. I don't do hypocritical patriotism. We are in danger. Our people are not able to respond. Yes, our people are not able to respond. I'm not sure these people have gotten to your village. I'm not sure you'll be saying this. Sorry, you stall the growth of AAC. We funded your presidential ambition, not knowing that you were not serious. Did you ever form a presidential a campaign council? No, you never. You were busy touring the whole world. You were campaigning in Australia, campaigning in the United States. Election was in Kano, in Nigeria. Ordinary to put a campaign program together. You did not. I remember when you and I met in Abuja, I asked you, Oshawari, what do you want us to do? All I was hearing you was saying, we want to shut the country down. I said, okay, do you really want us to shut the country down? Because we could have shut the country down. We had the capacity. The people were actually listening. The youth of Nigeria were actually beginning to shift. We could have shut down the country and stopped the 2019 election. But you were working for Tinubu. You knew what you were doing. You prevented the party from growing. If you were the presidential candidate, you were the chairman of the party, you were the financial secretary, even if they had some financial secretary, you were doing the function. You were the treasurer. Yes, you were the disciplinary officer of the party. You were everything. Everybody you told them to hate, they hated. Yes. And you wanted to recruit me into hating Dr. Leonard Nzewa. I refused. That was where your trouble with me started. Everybody, you have this messianic instinct that it is only you who can solve the problem of Nigeria, even when you know next to nothing. And it is even suspicious who you represent in Nigeria. Why is it that they don't touch? It's not because of your bravery. No, it's not. It's not like we don't know. You are part of the system. You are a child of the Nigerian system. Yes, you are a blackmailer. That is why Tinubu will never touch you because you have been in cahoot with him for over 30 years. So all the bragado you make, this let me have the opportunity to really respond to you for once. All the noise you make it because of your relationship with the system. The system knows you. You belong to their club. So you come and make noise and then go back in the daytime. What's your relationship with Nuhu Ribadu? I mean, somebody caught you on tape and they put it out there for the people of the world to see. So you are not in the best place to tell America or Nigeria what to do. What you are failing to understand is this. The United States is not even working with the Nigerian government on this. They are not collaborating. And this is not the first time America is conducting a military action inside Nigeria. If you don't know now, I want to remind you that something happened in Sokoto. Some Americans were kidnapped and taken to that hell they call Sokoto. Yes, America deployed to free their citizens inside Sokoto, inside Nigerian territory. Are you aware of that? I thought you said you were a Sahara reporter. You didn't report that. Yeah, they went, freed them, then did what they did to the terrorists holding them together and went away. So Nigeria cannot even wage America. Let's be very honest. Let's not because we have all the tools that we needed to build a country that can stop anything from happening in the world. But Nigeria has significantly been degraded. So if America wants to do a targeted action, I will name the people that they should target. That does not make me unpatriotic. I want the killing of our people to stop. I want the killing of innocent Muslims and Christians. I want the massacre of innocent Nigerians to stop. I want the Fulani bandits driven by Saad and other Fulani elites to stop invading villages and taking them over. I want to see an end to the nasty open grazing in Nigeria. All cattle belong to the ranch. Yes, we want to start on a new footing. That I want Nigerian people. Yeah, because I don't think what America. He did not say they are going to immediately attack Nigeria. He said if. So let's get that message clear. If, if. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as illegal as he is, but I doubt if he will fight anything. If he has the capacity to stand up to fight, because he's in chain himself. The people who brought him to power are the masterminds of terrorism. Only me and a few people who can stand up to them and send them to meet God. Because we'll be merciless. We don't have any connection with them. We don't take anything from them. But you cannot. You are trying, but you have not openly denounced these people. You work with them. You are their boy. So we know you, Omoyele Sowore. So keep your mouth shut. And if America wants to save Nigerians from being murdered, and there's nothing wrong with international cooperation. In this case, especially when our people have no power to rise up. They don't. Well, have we not been preaching for them to rise up? Are there, is you seeing anybody? They will tell you to bring your children to come and rise up for them. That is to tell you. It's not because they are saying it out of anger and out of frustration, not because they mean it. That is how much they have given up. They have given up. They have given up. Yes, it could prove fatal, like your rendition about America's involvement in Iraq and all that. But I think their level of involvement in Nigeria will not be anything near that unless Bola Ahmed Tinubu truly proves, and then some opposition decide to go and align with them to come and invade their country to that level. Yes. So if I were talking to the United States about any action in Nigeria, I would tell them to do targeted action. Yes, targeted action. We know the people causing trouble in Nigeria. We give them their lists and then do whatever they have to do. Yes, and Nigeria, America has a lot of interest in Nigeria. Their companies are in Nigeria. Yes, their citizens are in Nigeria. They are unlike Nigerians who don't care. I remember one time, doing something here. I said, let me test how effective the Nigerian system is. I was so disgusted. Yes, the phone to the Nigerian embassy was ringing all day. Nobody picked it. But when you're in trouble, you're an American in any country, you call your embassy. You call the US embassy. You call the US embassy. They will answer. They will answer. If I go to Nigeria today with an American passport in my hand, and somebody tries to do anything to me, so dangerous that will cost me my life, and I call the embassy, they will answer. They will. Can your country answer? That's not the Nigeria we want. We want a Nigeria that will work for us. Then after that, we talk about our sovereignty. We have no sovereignty to talk about. Let's let's be realistic. Nigeria has no sovereignty. The Nigerian sovereignty has been bastardized so badly, and you are part of those who bastardize it. You had an opportunity. All of us lined behind you. What did you do? You demonstrated the highest level of irresponsibility. You were a dictator. Nobody else knew anything but you. Yes. So when I see you, this big macho revolutionary, I begin to laugh. You are not. You are a hypocrite. You are a politician. Have you ever confronted Saad with what he's doing? Have you confronted Atiku? Have you ever confronted Gumi? You can't. You can't do it because you don't have the moral platform to start to do it. So, Amoyele, my friend, better shut up. Unless you become born again. If you become born again, we can talk and talk revolution and talk about how to save Nigeria. But right now, no, you are very far from it. I needed to give you this response because I've been seeing you and all that, for a very long time, making all this hell of noise. And they will take you into the police custody. Now we now. They play games with Nigerians. And then the next minute they are coming out. You are looking for attention. But I think you are getting it. But there is a point to stop. Nigeria is going through a very dangerous situation now. Yes, whether you are Christian or Muslim or animist, no one ought to be celebrating the invasion of his or her country on seriously under normal circumstances. The circumstances are so abnormal. The killing of our people is progressing, and nobody is stopping them. They are unstoppable. They are on a mission. So we are not going to wait until they wipe us all out. Let us save some lives first. I think that's very, very important. Yeah, I'm not in any way, connected to what is taking place now. But America is a country that has sensitivities, and they have citizens in Nigeria. They have business interests in Nigeria. Everybody protests. It's only we in Africa that do not have a strategic economic interest to protect anywhere, because we have chosen to be consumers. We eat, 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 and then that's all. And then we sap ourselves. We sap our foreign reserves. Yes, but we are not out there. Tell me, is there any Nigerian company constructing roads in America? Show me. Is there any Nigerian company providing electricity in America? If Nigeria had, that is an interest to protect. You see, but America has a lot of companies doing things, especially in the oil and gas sector. Yes, whether they are doing it well or not, which you and I know, but because we have not been able to evolve a system that hold people accountable, yeah, they will continue to exploit us. Yes. So it's time to shake up. But shaking it up is not through putting our people. They already massacred our people. They have broken the spine of our people. Nigerians cannot resist anything. But I would like to see Nigerians wake up. If the army stop killing Nigerians who stand up, I think perhaps Nigerians will be able to stop these people. But you have an army that will destroy people who stand up, put them through trial. Remember, there's one man from the north who was attacked by headsmen, and then with dangerous weapon, he fought in self-defense, and then he unalived one of them. All right, and your Supreme Court sentenced him to death for defending himself. You see, everything is against the ordinary Nigerian in Nigeria. So how are we going to make that happen? Please, my friend, shut up. All right, that was from Shore, my very good friend. Very dishonest, and he kept on, showing his dishonesty. Activism is not done that way. All right. So if you are activist, you have to be activist. Don't pick and choose when to be active. You do activism at all times to demonstrate to the people that you can be taken seriously and that you can be a real human being. Okay, a few more things that we need to take. Uh, we have all idiots in leadership in Nigeria, and it is time to stop the nonsense. What that somebody is suggesting what Tinubu should do in the next 2 weeks, or else politicians should start packing their bags from Abuja. Let's read that. He said that Trump is not smiling. Can you imagine the disgrace that he has to take somebody from outside to shake you up, to make you to wake you up to do what is right for your people. Yes, who is inviting Trump? You are inviting them. You are proving to them that you cannot lead yourself. You cannot do anything right. Yes, you close your eyes. Yes, it's going to incense some people. So now every opportunity, and if they are actually America is looking for an opportunity to come into Nigeria to seize Nigeria, then you give them the opportunity. You cannot lead. You cannot protect your people, which is your first constitutional obligation to protect lives and property. You fail in doing that, and then you are blaming Donald Trump. You have no moral ground to blame him. Now he said, "Okay, check his record." Um, that somebody's Bola Ahmed, as you do, should urgently make a national broadcast and assure the world that he's going to fight insecurity with a renewed, firm determination. Huh. Rogue President Asiwaju Bola Tinubu should move fast because time is running out with speed. He should, in his broadcast, declare a state of emergency against insecurity. Sign state police bill with approval to carry out sophisticated arms, release emergency funds to the states to get sophisticated equipment, sign Forest Rangers Bill with approval to carry sophisticated arms, release funds under emergency for them, order the Air Force chief to bomb the cells of the terrorists in the forest out of existence, provide emergency security budget for the states. Ha! All right. Call for constitutional review conference urgently with no constitutional limits on what is to be discussed, with a firm promise to implement their report. The time limit shouldn't exceed 6 months for them to submit a report. Sign capital punishment order for arrested bandits, killer headers, kidnappers, and other gun runners. Order a stop immediately. Order a stop immediately to open grazing and give the state police power to implement it with the order or to implement the order. Make an arrest of those that have links to funding terrorist groups. Increase funding for Nigerian police force to get urgent, more advanced weapons. There is no going to be an exception on this list. Rather, based on security report at government disposal, they can add to the list. If these steps are not taken within the next 2 weeks, American warship will get sailing towards the Atlantic Ocean. If America attacks Nigeria, we lack the capacity to manage the chaotic environment that will flood the society. Tinubu and those advising him otherwise will not be in office to witness the outcome. A stitch in time save nine. Copied. That is what somebody is suggesting to Tinubu to do. Tinubu, we can the simple, this easiest way to defeat terrorism. Come after the mastermind, Masaad Abubakar, El Rufai, all the emirs in the north of Nigeria are part of it. Majority of their political leaders are part of terrorism. A great chunk of those in the National Assembly are involved in it. Yes. And they know them. The Nigerian security has reports on them. Arrest them and prosecute them. The boys in the forest would abandon their weapons. And that's it. Yes, that's it. Bombing them in the bush, because they already wired them to think that everything is Islam. They will recruit more people. Yes. So if you don't cut off the root, cut off the neck of these criminals, they will continue to fund terrorism in Nigeria. But I see the end of their tirade uh, coming. It's coming soon, very, very soon. So we are all in it. So Nigerians, I'm telling you now, go and start defending your locality. Everywhere you find yourself in Nigeria, nobody has a right to kidnap you. Yeah, without you responding. Go. You know your villages better. You know your alleys better. You know your forest better. Go and do that. Don't listen to Bola Ahmed Tinubu anymore. He cannot protect you. He is not going to ever protect you. Yes, if America missed the threat, well, Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not come to power through the right means. He was not elected by the people of Nigeria. Yes, it was the Fulani terrorists who elected him. They chose him. They armed the people who defend him. They were the ones who told them that it was a Muslim affair, and that it was Muslim versus Christians. So I don't understand why they are now crying. Are they not really attacking Christians? Why do you make our polity? Did they make our polity about Islam and Christianity instead of Nigeria, Nigeria? Why were some people talking about Muslim ticket instead of talking about Nigerian ticket? And I refer to them again. When Bill Clinton and Al Gore were president, Bill Clinton was from the state of Arkansas, and Al Gore was from the state of Tennessee. The two states are neighbors. So you cross Arkansas into Tennessee. America did not shoot down the skies No Americans raised any objection. What they were looking for was abilities, competency, knowledge, courage to do right. Yes, yes, and content and strength of character to lead and provide leadership. That was all. That was all. Nobody cried. But in Nigeria, what do? People were ready to kill other people because Muslim ticket. We have a terrorist as the vice president of Nigeria, a terrorist with ties to Boko Haram. Yeah, Kashin Shetima, a terrorist with ties to Boko Haram. Yes, point blank, we know him. Those who bombed the United Nations building were arrested in his house. Aminu Sokoto was arrested in his house, Kashin Shetima's house. And we say we don't know them. We don't know that. We are the problem. Yes, so, and now they are talking about 2027. How are you going to be talking about 2027 with the hell Nigeria is in? You want to organize another election. How are you going to win? How are you going to win these terrorists with arms? And then why does Omar Elisha already think that we should not disarm them before we start talking about democracy? Who are those to fight? I think he has been toiling and laboring. Whenever he organizes a protest, how many people come out? How many people come out? Omar Elisha, whenever you organize. Did you see what happened in Nepal? Millions of young people came out. Did you remember what happened in Chile? Millions of people came out. Did you remember what happened that brought a faith to presidency in Senegal? Did you see the Senegalese youth how they came out? They came out, but Nigerian youth, where do you see them? No. You see them? No, you don't. You will not see them because they are scared. They are scared because they deployed the army to kill them. So now they have taken that as an excuse not to be responsible. So you don't think that the people making it hard for them to express themselves in a democracy, that something should be done to them? Yes, something should be done. Something should be done. Yes, a union of bloody criminals. And what do they think we are? Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Oni of Ife and are in a union to keep Bola Ahmed Tinubu, yes, and there's Saad Abubakar and the Oni of Ife are in a union to keep Nigeria in bondage with the corrupt, repressive, oppressive, and violent Fulani oligarchy led by bloodthirsty jihadist Saad Abubakar, the leader of the masterminds of terrorism and Fulani banditry in Nigeria. Yes, the cement to cement the evil union against Nigeria. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, through one beastly Senator Bako, sent a bill without any constitutional basis and which has passed second reading to the Senate for the appointment of the irresponsible duo as the permanent co-chairman of the country's traditional rulers council in a supposed democratic republic of Nigeria. Yes, see how criminal this Tinubu is. He wants to appoint Saad, yes, and the Oni of Ife as the permanent. You know, Saad love to be permanent leader of everything. Permanent chairman. The two of them permanent chairman of the Nigerian Traditional Rulers Council. One, it is an unconstitutional move in a democracy. What is it trying to achieve? Who needs a traditional ruler anymore in Nigeria? There are no Zansis. Who wants them anywhere? What have they contributed to making Nigeria where the hell it is? They are part of the evil in the system. So you want to canonize them, all right, and Islamize Nigeria, right? You are crazy. So that is one thing. Omoyele Elisha already kept quiet. He didn't say anything about that. My greatest pain is that, All those, including our Nobel laureates, scholars, and true traditional rulers from across the country who are supposed to rise up against the absurdity, with the exception of the Hausa group who raised the alarm, kept quiet as if they are under anesthesia. Yes, I ask this question. Where are all the other traditional rulers? Where was the Alafin of Oyo? Where is the Oba of Benin? That one is rigging election in his palace, bringing an idiot to power. Yes. Where is the Ochidoma of Idomala? Where is the Totiv of Tivland? Where are all of them? They all kept quiet. And they are supposed to be the natural traditional rulers. All of them kept quiet. All of them kept quiet. And then, if they are not careful, and if not all this now that is going on now, they will pass that bill into law. And Saad will sit down as the permanent, oh my God, as the permanent Sultan of Nigeria, right? Even though he's not a traditional ruler. That is how insane the Nigerian system has gotten. That is how fraudulent Bola Ahmed Tinubu is. That is how he wants to auction our country, with all of us keeping quiet. Everybody is keeping quiet. Shawore, I'm drawing your attention to this. You need to speak on it. Yes, or forever be silent. Be silent. If you are an activist, you have to be an activist at all times. Don't choose when to be an activist. When your country is challenged on offering, you got to speak up on that. Who needs a traditional ruler? Those people who were responsible, their ancestors were the ones who were responsible for selling our people into slavery. They have not changed. They get worse with every generation. Who needs them? Who wants them? Quite frankly, what use is the traditional institution driven like the political class by some eminently corrupt and morally bankrupt individuals who are everything but the custodians of our diversity of cultural heritages? They're about the most useless group. America does not have traditional rulers. And I bet that's one of the reasons it's progressing. We have too many gods to worship in Nigeria. Their hold on Nigeria and the Nigerian people is about to be broken for the country and its people to be set free. Wale Soyinka, we did not see him. He was making shakara as always when America revoked his visa. America, thank you for standing up for the ordinary Nigerian. Yes, I'm hoping that your intentions are truly genuine. Yes, I am hoping that it is. But so far, nothing is suggestive of any wishy-wishy anything. If you are out there to support the ordinary people of Nigeria, be they Christian or Muslims, we thank you for your intervention. We thank you for any intervention that you will bring upon Nigeria to end the bloodletting in our country. Hoping that we will be able to build, yeah, countries need to work together. We build partnership. Yes, there's nothing wrong. And if it is a mutually beneficial partnership where one does not relegate the other as a subservient or a vassal, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't have any problem with that, with countries cooperating with another country. There's nothing wrong with that. I only have a problem when you lord it, any country lords it out on the other. Yeah, that is a violation of the lesser, whatever it is, the other country's sovereignty and territorial integrity. I will have a lot of problem with that. But if this intention is genuine from your heart, of heart, Donald Trump, will appreciate it. If it is driven by your demand or your want for something else, that is something that we'll frown against. But the good thing is that there's no government to government. You spoke as a concerned global citizen about what is taking place in Nigeria. So we commend you, and we commend Senator Ted Cruz and all those other senators who supported this bill to put pressure on President Donald Trump to make this statement that is causing earthquake everywhere in Nigeria. Thank you on that one. America got this one really, really well. Yes, much love. America got this right. You got this right. Yes, you may have gotten some other ones before Nigeria, before this statement wrong. But we look forward to making sure that if you got this right and there is any need for you to intervene in Nigeria, we will not go the way Libya went. We will not go the way Syria went. We will not go the way Iraq went. We will not go the area where America made some very, very terrible mistakes went. So we will go, the Nigerian people will very much appreciate your intervention, and then we midwife a way forward to drive our country forward for the good of the whole of the world, and for the benefit of America that may want to do business with Nigerians. There's nothing wrong with America doing business with Nigeria. All we are asking is for fair treatment. There's nothing. We all, the world is a global village. We need one another. So ain't nothing, no problem at all. And an America and Nigeria that will become stable will help the surge of Nigerians from Nigeria into America. Yes, so I will say if we get it right, America should invest massively inside Nigeria, build companies inside Nigeria, not take Nigerian resources and leave the people unemployed. That's where some of us have a lot of problems, of the past. So there should be a new way of doing business. You keep young Nigerians inside Nigeria, they make a living, live and be happy in their natural environment. Great, great. And America benefits too, benefits its people. That's the type of partnership we are looking for. So we look forward to that. And my brothers and sisters in Nigeria, especially the Muslims, um, some are reading a wrong meaning into what America said through Donald Trump. If you ask me, it is something that is going to benefit the whole of Nigeria. You see now, all the criminals who have been robbing you, they are running helter skelter because their future is not guaranteed anymore. Yes, and we're going to continue to pile pressure on America to send their children that they send here to go to school, send them back to Nigeria. Let them go and enjoy the nasty pie that they have built in Nigeria. They have no right to be in a place where there is 24-hour electricity. They have no right to be in a country where there are good roads to drive on because their children live very, very opulent life here. Yes, they have no right to be in a country where water runs without stopping. Yes, they have no right to be where schools remain open. Yeah, 247, and where you can actually graduate from a bachelor's degree in a record time. Yes, they have no right. So let them go to Nigeria. So, President Trump, thank you. Senator Cruz, thank you. The American Congress, thank you. I don't care what anybody say. Nigeria is in a dire trouble. If you can help them genuinely without taking anything from them, yes, without expecting much more than they can give from them, come up and be of use. And I call the Nigerian, African diaspora everywhere. Know that Nigeria is a country of interest to the whole of Africa. If Nigeria collapses, your country is going to collapse, most likely, because of the size and the population of Nigeria. What is happening in Nigeria is scary and should not be allowed to escalate to the point where the country will be dissolved and things will start happening across Africa. God bless you, guys. Everybody who joined in this broadcast, I will say thank you very much. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do so. If you not followed me on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, please do so, and so that we continue to bring you more and more information about what is taking place in Nigeria, across Africa, here in the United States, and around the world. And we thank you again. Again, please subscribe if you have not done so. You take a few minutes to subscribe. It doesn't take you but just a second to hit the subscription button. If you have not followed me on TikTok, please do so. I see a great number of people. And what we just discussed today is America's concern about what is taking place in Nigeria. It is genuine, for countries to express this type of concern. I'm believing that they are not doing it out of what they want from Nigeria, and we should not be unnecessarily talking about sovereignty that has been violated. Our country's sovereignty has been violated by Fulani elites who import Arabs from and Fulanis from around Africa, to come and take over our country. So they have no right to contest anything. They created the mess that we are in. Yes, without what they did, we won't be here. Donald Trump will not be having to come and say anything that that we now, some of us, are considering offensive. And now we are talking about sovereignty. I lived in Kano. I did not enjoy my stay in Kano. I was I was I went to an interview for an industrial nurse at Kano. I was the best candidate, but I was not given the job because I did not come from Kano. That is Nigeria. And the oil that they are talking about was oil that was being exploited from my backyard in the Niger Delta. The oil that, yes, my people in the Niger Delta cannot drink good water. We have no access to good water. No access. We can't even, our people eat and drink their shit and pee. Yes, but we produce what has been driving the country's economy since 1956. Yes, the oil from the Niger Delta built Lagos, built Abuja, built all the state capitals, pay all the salaries. Yes, because the Nigerian governors, leaders are very lazy. They can't build anything. They can't build the economy. Yes, they sit down every month. They get allocation from crude oil sales. But where the oil is produced, they have absolutely nothing. No hospitals. The radioactive particles litter the air, and the people inhale all kinds of manners of cancer-causing agents, and nobody is doing anything for that. You are telling me about sovereignty. Where is the sovereignty? Nigeria, we can make it happen. We can make it happen. And the time to make it happen is now. Our country is at the stake, at stake right now. Our country is at the verge of a total collapse. Solutions from real patriots is what is required to set the country free. Bye for now. And I love you guys.